Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are talking about a pool toy. This is the Crossnet H20. It's basically a four-square game that floats in your pool and allows you to play four-square or a little bit of over the volleyball on one side, I guess, if you wanted to. You can do a bunch of different things with it. And they make a version of this that is a land version as well. So this is really the only thing in the market that's like this. It's $135. It's not the cheapest thing, and it's really not really made of much. So, but it is fun. It's fun to do, and pretty much anything now, any pool toy is not going to be that cheap. So what it's made of is basically black PVC pipe. There's nothing really to it. It's black PVC pipe. The middle pieces all come apart, so it all folds down flat. So when you get it, it's all folded flat. It comes in a box. It's about this big, so about this big and about this thick. And then of course it has Velcro that attaches the netting across it as well. So then everything else is pretty much, besides the PVC pipe and the netting that you see here, everything else is really pretty cheap made. It's got foam to help it float in the pool. So you can see these are foam disc feet that help float. It's like one of those noodles, right? And then it has rope, and it has these anchors that are supposed to go to the bottom of the pool to help hold it in place. So a couple things to note about this. These things really are not heavy enough to hold it in place. If you get any kind of breeze at all, this thing will slide down your pool back and forth. So it also came with these carabiners, and most of those broke immediately. So they weren't strong enough to do much. You're supposed to do, you know, how you're supposed to clip this together and kind of hold it in place. So these are kind of worthless. They don't do a lot for it. Maybe the one in the middle would hold it down, but what we've been trying to do is stake it to the outside of the pool. So you can see here we put a stake in the ground and held it in place. That way when we stretch it across the pool, it holds it in place. So what I would suggest is getting a little bit more rope and doing something like that, where you can stake at least the middle piece of it, and then maybe use the anchors just to hold the other pieces kind of in place that aren't kind of anchored across. So the other thing is, it's really nice that it folds down, but the problem with it folding down is the pieces in the middle, let me see if I can get that over here. The pieces in the middle just kind of come apart. They separate while you're playing. So that happens quite a bit. The bottom ones separate, the middle ones separate. And so it doesn't affect the game. It's kind of annoying that they come apart. And there's really only one of these weights for each of the four corners. We put one in the middle to try to kind of hold it in place a little bit more, because we did stake it across. I'm just letting it float right now so you can see the problem that you have with it, is that it just kind of keeps floating around. I guess you could say it ups the challenge of playing foursquare if you have the thing completely moving at all times, but frankly it just kind of annoyed us while we were playing. Okay, so there's a couple things that I would change. One is I would make it so that the pieces don't come apart in the middle when you're playing. So if you hit the ball, you don't have to hit the ball hard against the net, the pieces will come apart. The second thing I would change is I would make these weights heavier so that it sits in place in the pool. So I don't think they'd have to be that much heavier, maybe if they doubled the weight of them. And 4 of them would probably be enough if you double the weight of them. Then I would change that for sure as well. Other than that, it is fun. It's a fun game. It's $135. I'll put a link in the description below if you're looking for a good pool game to play with at a party, or just frankly want something to do. The one thing I do really like about it is there really is no pieces that rust. So a lot of the pool things that you get, basketball hoops, things like that, have pieces that sooner or later will rust and will mark your decking or whatever, right? This is nothing. It's just PVC pipe, so there's nothing really to rust. So that's it. Subscribe to our channel. We'll give you more fun things to do, and maybe do-it-yourself stuff as well. So we'll see you next time. Thanks.